Hello friends, welcome back to my session. So today we're going to check the very interesting topic that is AI tokens with some real QA practical scenarios. I will be again taking the SauceDemo.com, the website. So let's move ahead with this. So if you understand this one concept, you will instantly become better than 95% QA engineers using AI. So no extra tools, no extra coding, just one skill, how tokens actually work. And I will prove this using source demo testing. So you will see the real quick example of SauceDemo.com. You will understand the bad versus good prompts and the token impact on output. So first you need to understand basically what are tokens. So AI does not understand full sentences like humans. It breaks everything into small pieces called tokens. For example, if I say I love testing, so three tokens. But sometimes if I say automation, so in this auto plus mation, fine. So tokens can be, distributed in this way also, and it basically works internally. So tokens are not always full words, and this directly impacts the cost, speed, and output quality. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take one real setup that is basically SauceDemo.com. So this is a demo e-commerce site where we can test login, add to cart and checkout. So now we're going to use AI to generate test cases and see how tokens generate everything. So let me quickly share you an example here. So let's suppose if I give one bad prompt here. So like I will give one AI prompt. So like if I give it in this way, please generate very detailed end-to-end test cases for source demo login functionality, including all possible negative edge cases with proper explanation step by step in detail for QA engineers. So now you observe one thing, that is it is actually with a very long prompt. Too many tokens are used here and no clear structure. So result will be AI gives a very long, messy, sometimes repetitive answer. So you will be going to waste your time just reading it. Fine. So now I will just give you the token breakdown here. So now let's understand this, very carefully. So that long prompt, this long prompt actually took more tokens. So more tokens means higher cost, more cost, slower response, and sometimes confusing output. So problem is not AI, problem is actually your prompt. So if I say, just give a good prompt example. Okay. So now let's optimize the same thing. Fine. So we'll just give here, generate login test cases for source demo and just mention here positive, comma, negative, comma, H, and just write here, keep it short. Now you see the magic. Fewer tokens, clear instruction, structured output, and the result is in front of you. That is more cleanable, more structurable, and more usable test cases. You can see here positive test cases. The next section is negative test cases, then edge test cases, and that's it. So if you see here team, the real output is clear, structured and easy to use. So AI will give something like this. What it gave? It gave positive as we saw in the output. It gave you as valid username and password, the login success. In the negative, it just gave you like invalid password. If you give, you should get an error message. Empty fields, it should get validation error. And with the edge, like very long username and the special characters limitation. Now just tell me honestly, which output is better? The long messy one or this the clean one? So exactly this one, that is more cleanable and more structurable. So if we talk about the end-to-end flow, so now let's go one more step ahead. Instead of only login, let's test full flow like login, add to cart, checkout. So now we'll again try with one bad prompt like generate. Okay, I'm just gonna give one bad prompt here. So generate complete detailed end-to-end test scenarios for SauceDemo, including login, add to cart, checkout, payment, validation, error handling, everything in detail with explanation. So this is basically too long. So now if I go with a good prompt, so just in a short way team, I just give how SauceDemo test scenarios, that is basically login, add to cart, checkout, and just give here include positive and negative. So this is actually short and powerful. Fine, and just give this and you see the perfect output that is basically required. So here are clean practical QA test scenarios. Could you see how well structured this is? So for all the scenarios, it just gave me positive and negative cases. Is this right? Perfect. So now just moving ahead team, if we say take here the core understanding. So let's understand like a senior QA, AI is not magic. It works on tokens, patterns and instructions. So your instruction is long plus unclear, that is basically a bad prompt, so it will going to give you a bad output. But if your instruction is short plus structured, it will be going to give you the great output. So this is actually called the real prompt engineering. So if we talk about the input versus output tokens, so now final important concept is when you send the prompt, so that is basically input tokens, and when AI replies, so that is actually the output tokens. For example, your prompt is 20 tokens and AI response is basically 100 tokens. So total is 120 tokens. So billing and performance is actually based on this. So if you want to become top 1% QA engineer with AI, follow this simple rule, say less, get more. So just use more good bullet points, use clear instructions and avoid unnecessary words because AI rewards clarity, not length. So today you didn't learn just theory, You saw real practical source demo testing, bad versus good prompts, and the token impact. So master tokens and the better QA output. So I hope you understood this session. You really understood this logic and you really enjoyed it. So thank you everyone. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Thank you.